Today we're talking about choosing to smile more and the positive impact it can have on you and on others. I'll share 3 things you can experiment with to find your smile. We'll also talk about the difference between choosing to smile more to lift your spirits and lift the spirits of others versus smiling to hide or avoid your feelings. Those are 2 very different things. And towards the end, I'll guide you in a process to get your smile on. This is part of the Inspirational Laughter series here on this channel, so be sure to stick around to the end of this video for some of this. Say yes to enjoying your life by subscribing to this channel and look for the bell icon so you don't miss out on videos filled with inspiration and laughter. Now it's inspiration time. So back when I was 19 years old, I got my very first real job. It was a summer job in a fast food joint. And it was a lot to learn all at once. Back then I had to memorize all the prices on the menu, have them all in my head, and manually input them into the cash register. The cash registers didn't automatically know the price of everything back in the day. And there was just a lot to do, and it was a very busy job, especially on lunch rush. And I remember probably it was the first or second lunch rush that I ever did. And there was this long line of people, 10 people back at my cash register and at all the cash registers. And they were very impatient. They wanted to get their food and go. And I was pretty new on the job and it was a little overwhelming. And this guy comes up to the counter and he says to me, "Smile. It can't be that bad. You can't be that miserable. Smile." And I remember just feeling kind of dumbfounded at the moment and having all sorts of feelings flood me in that moment. I mean, I was confused because I didn't think I was particularly miserable. I was maybe a little anxious about getting everybody's order fast and getting everything done right and not making any mistakes, making everybody's change right, like all the different things I had to do, getting all of that right. So I was like, am I really miserable? And I don't feel miserable, but yet then I felt kind of embarrassed and ashamed at the same time. Like maybe I'm being a bad employee, maybe I really should be smiling more and interacting with the people more who are placing their orders. Like it was kind of embarrassing. And then I also kind of felt defensive and a little angry, like, hey buddy, come stand in my greasy shoes right now and do what I'm doing and see if you feel like smiling, So it was a moment where all of those things flooded me at once, but it was a busy lunch rush. So I didn't have the time to deal with all of those feelings. And I was 19 years old. I didn't really have the emotional intelligence to deal with it either. It was just a bit overwhelming, the whole thing. And that moment stuck with me all these years later. Obviously, I still remember it. And we're not going to get into the topic of men telling women they should smile. That's a whole other issue that I'm not going to dive into. And also, I know myself, and I know I tend to have something of a resting, sad face. And that may get me a few more smile directives than your average person because of the way my neutral face actually looks, a little sad or depressed. But as I look back at that time, if I had been able to smile more and to greet people with a smile at the counter, I think I would have enjoyed the job more, and I could have created some lovely moments for those customers coming for their food. Because you know how it feels when someone greets you with a genuine smile. It just feels good, right? It makes you feel like, oh, I matter in this world. That feels so good to be greeted by a smile or to greet someone else with a genuine smile. Now there's a big difference between choosing to smile to lift yourself up and to lift others up, and smiling to avoid deeper feelings that you don't want to deal with. You don't want to be hiding behind your smile. And if you think that might be you, there's a few things I can recommend. Number one, of course, if you are depressed or dealing with really difficult things, then yeah, finding your smile would be hard, and getting the help of a licensed professional might be good, because I am not a licensed professional, and so therefore I can't advise you on that. The other thing that can be helpful is to do some slow, long, deep breathing. This not only relaxes you and helps you let go of stress, it also opens you up more so that you're more able to actually feel what your feelings are. And it's a very specific type of deep breathing you want to do. And I have a whole instructional video on that. So if you haven't seen that yet, I recommend checking that out. And I will also leave in the video description some other videos I have about compassion and dealing with different feelings that might be helpful to you as well. That being said, there are definite benefits to choosing to smile more. Someone did a study a while back where they had people simulate smiling by putting a pencil in their mouth like this. So that doesn't really look like a genuine smile, right? But it does, if you ever try it, it does work the cheeks and the muscles in the same way that a smile does. And so the people that they had put the pencils in their mouth and simulate smiles, they found that they enjoyed what they were experiencing much more than the people who were simulating frowns or neutral faces. And so it can have benefit to your well-being, to how you are in the world, to choose to smile. It benefits to you and also benefits to others. Like if you greet others with a smile and aim to make them feel good, right? It can have positive impact all around. It builds connection with other people. And when you genuinely smile at someone, and if you need help with that, you can think about things that you're grateful for about that person, or just so glad that they're in your life, and greet them with a genuine smile. It just lights them up. It makes a difference in their day. So there's a wonderful quote by the monk Thich Nhat Hanh that I'd like to read to you about this. He says, "Sometimes your joy is the source of your smile, but sometimes your smile can be the source of your joy." And that's what we're talking about. Choosing to smile can lift you up. So the question is, how do you do that? So I'm going to give you 3 things you can experiment with, and I really would love you to treat it like an experiment. Try it out, see how it feels. Not everything works for everybody, but if you don't experiment, you never know, right? So the first thing you can experiment with is smiling for no reason, like the people with the pencil in their mouth, just to put a big grin on your face. And you can do that in all sorts of different ways and different times. So maybe you can link it to every time you sit at a red light, you decide to smile while you're sitting waiting for the light to turn green. Or you could smile when you're doing other self-care activities like going for a walk or meditating or writing in your gratitude journal. You can link doing that smile to something else. It makes it more easy to practice, but you can really do it any time of the day. Just go, "Hee, here I am, I'm smiling," and just see how it feels. There's no right way or wrong way to do it. Just give it a go. So the second thing you can experiment with is bringing to mind something that's likely to make you smile when you think about it. So it could be a happy memory, a funny moment from the past, something that made you laugh. It could be something that you're grateful for. It may be a funny moment with a grandchild or a pet or something like that, something that's likely to make you smile. And I'm going to guide you through that process and just a little bit later on in the video so that you can experience doing that with me as I guide you through it. The third thing you can experiment with is seeking out enjoyable experiences or things that bring you joy. Now, if you're not sure what those are, I have a free download that you can look at with some powerful questions that help you remember what joy is for you, because it's different for different people. What you find enjoyable may be very different than what someone else finds enjoyable. So if you haven't yet gotten that free download for me, I'll leave the link for that in the video description for you, or you can just go to joyfulbeing.com/questions. Now, if you already have received that powerful questions sheet from me, then I invite you to go back and look at it again. Review your answers, refresh your mind about what brings you joy, and maybe even add some new things to your answers as you revisit those questions. I invite you to think about how you can experiment with those 3 tips sometime in the next 24 hours. Don't put it off. Don't keep putting it off so that you never end up doing it. Actually give it a try and do it. This is the inspiration portion of the Inspiration and Laughter series. So we want to inspire you to actually do it and try something new. Okay? So now it's time for laughter. It's laughter time. Laugh with me and give yourself a happy boost. Just mimic the sound of my laughter and know that your body can't tell the difference between a fake laugh and the real thing. They both lift you up. So give yourself permission to experiment and see how you feel. Here we go. So before we do our laughter yoga on each of these videos, we do a little warm-up first. So just shrug your shoulders a few times just to let go of any tension that might be there, and then shake your body out a little bit. Good. And then we usually do some deep breathing. So this time we're going to combine the deep breathing with the exercise that I'm going to guide you through to revisit that positive memory or happy experience as you smile. So we're going to do it all together and I will guide you through it. So I'm going to close my eyes for it. I invite you to close your eyes for it as well. It helps to feel it more with your eyes closed. But if for some reason you can't close your eyes, that's okay too. You can do it with your eyes open if you want to. All right, so closing the eyes, we're just going to start by noticing how you feel right now. Just kind of scan through your body. Notice how your body feels. Notice what your energy level is. And notice how your emotional state is, or your mood, or your thoughts. Just notice what's going on inside. Might be neutral, might be happy, doesn't matter what it is. You're just noticing and being aware. Good, and now we're going to take some slow, deep breaths. So you're going to inhale nice and deep and just feel that belly expand a bit as you inhale, making room for the air to come in, fill up the lungs, and exhale slowly, 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 letting the air out. Do that a couple more times. Nice deep breath in. And exhale. Inhale again, nice and deep, nice and slow. And exhale. Good, and now just gently continue long, slow, deep breathing at your own pace. And as you do that, just let the corners of your mouth come up into a smile. Breathing and smiling. And as you have that smile on your face, think of an experience in the past that made you smile. So it could be a happy memory, a funny moment, something or someone that you deeply appreciate. Just think of something, allow something to come to mind, and just allow that smile that you have on your face to become even broader, to feel it even more. Almost to the point where it feels almost like your cheeks hurt. You're smiling so hard. And just keep breathing with that. And notice how that feels. How does it feel to have that positive thought or memory and have that big giant smile on your face? Good, and you can relax your smile now if you want, and just open your eyes. Now we're going to build on that and turn your smile into a laugh. So this is a laughter yoga. You just laugh, like tip number 1 from earlier, you just smile for no reason, or just laughing for no reason. So this one today, we're going to start with a big smile on your face. That's your starting point, even if it feels fake, doesn't matter. Big smile. And then from that smile, you're just going to let a little giggle come out like this. Okay, so I'm going to take a deep breath in and then smile and do it together, okay? Nice deep breath in. Smile as you exhale. And here we go. Good. Inhale again. And exhale. So just take a moment now to close your eyes again if you're in a place where you can close your eyes. And just notice how you feel in this moment. How does your body feel? What's your energy level like? And what's your mood like? Just notice if it feels any different than you felt just a few minutes ago. And then open your eyes. So if you felt different, that's great. If you feel the same, that's okay too. It's all an experiment. There's no right way or wrong way. And I just invite you, not only in the next 24 hours, definitely in the next 24 hours, but also as you move forward through your week, through your month, to look for those opportunities to smile and laugh more. And I will see you in the next video.